Hello everybody, Cameron here, and welcome to Local Arbitrage Profits. This is module number 5, Outsource Everything. In this module, you're going to learn how to get other people to do everything for you. Again, as I've said many times with this training, one of my main goals was to find a way to eliminate all of the work for you. With this system, you can literally find outsourcers to handle every aspect of the system for you so that you can just collect your arbitrage profits. All you have to do is ensure that the work gets delivered in a timely manner. And in this module, I'm going to show you how to do just that. But before we get started, let's quickly go over the steps of the entire system. Number 1, you're going to use Google to find businesses in your chosen niche and they have some type of contact form. From there, you simply fill out the contact form using the authority swipe. And certainly this is not a lot of work, but work nonetheless. Step number 2, you're going to use our automated email and automated sales funnel to get deals coming to you. Now, this is work as well, but once you set all this up, you really don't have to do it again. Step number 4, you're going to need to find some outsourcers that can actually create the landing pages for you and for your clients' websites. And again, this part really isn't work, but it does take a little bit of project management, kind of tying together the loose ends of the project, etc. And step number 5, you get paid. That's really it. And essentially you can do all this from a beach. It does not require you whatsoever. So how do you outsource everything? Well, I do it with the teams of VAs from Fiverr and from Upwork. The first outsourcer you're going to need is someone that creates the landing pages for you. For this, I recommend that you find 3 to 5 outsourcers from Fiverr. You can also find like one team that does this via Upwork as well, just like a team of outsourcers who create, websites or who create landing pages. Those types of groups are all over Upwork. But if you just want to find certain individuals, recommend Fiverr and you find 3 to 5 of them. But why do you need more than one of them, right? Because what's going to happen is once you really get the ball rolling, especially once you start bringing on outsourcers, you're going to get deals coming in back to back to back to back. So let's just say you go and 1 week you might be able to close 5 or 6 deals, but that's going to actually lead to, that could lead to 20 plus landing pages. And if you only have one outsourcer that you're working with, it's going to be a lot. And then some of your projects can get backed up really quickly. So instead, the way that I like to do it is I like to have a number of outsourcers that I know and trust can provide the high quality of landing pages and services that I need right away. So I don't have to go through, try to find some more, make sure they understand what I'm talking about. I already know that I have a list of 3 to 5 outsourcers set up. Now, you don't have to rotate the outsourcers. What I did when I first started outsourcing the creation of the landing pages is I went and found 3 different outsourcers who knew exactly what I wanted, so then I could just request the same gig over and over again, right? So, and then I would only use my favorite one or the favorite 2 that I like to use the most, and then whenever I needed to go to the 3rd, 4th, and 5th options, I would. Now, I've already gone through the process of finding an outsourcer via Fiverr for creation of the landing pages, but for your convenience, I added that video below as well, just so you can watch it again really quickly just to see how to go out and find the outsourcer. The next outsourcer that you're going to need is going to be a real superstar. This is going to be a little bit challenging, but once you do find the right employee for this, it's definitely going to be worth it. Essentially, your business is going to be completely automated. And for this particular worker, I like to go to Upwork and I look for the cheapest outsourcer that I can find that does email or customer. I also check that this particular worker will also do VA work for me as well. So why do I go after customer support VAs? Well, because the customer support VAs, they're going to be able to handle the biggest task that I have, which is the emailing back and forth with the business owner, right? I want an outsourcer who's already used to that type of work. I don't want to have to retrain somebody and how to do email support and customer support and things like that. So I really want to find somebody who's already used to that. And if they also are willing to do stuff like Google searches for me as kind of like a typical or traditional kind of VA work, then that's all the better. So what I do is once I find a couple that I think could do the work for me, the customer support for me after I've exchanged a couple of PMs with this particular outsourcer, what I'll do is I'll give them about 4 hours worth of work. So I'll go through the steps with them. Step number one, you're going to be finding these business owners in this niche. You're going to be sending them contact form, and then you're going to be forwarding them to my website, right? And I let them do that for about 4 hours. And then once I find an outsourcer who I believe can do this on a consistent basis, then I'll hire them, and then I'll hire them for, give them like a week's worth of, and we'll simply go from there. Now, when you're looking for this superstar outsourcer, you really need to look for what I call the 3 C's, which is equally important. Each one of them are equally important. And if one is lacking, then you really won't have a great working relationship with this outsourcer. C number one is clarity. And this one is all on you. You need to clearly define the tasks that you have for your outsourcer and what you expect of them. And if they don't know exactly what you want them to do and how you want them to do it, it's going to make it really difficult for the outsourcer to do his or her job. So you really need to have the exact step down. You really need to know the process backwards and forwards. And that's why I recommend that you do it yourself for a little while so you can understand it thoroughly. C number two is communication. And this is really a two-way street. If there are any problems on any side, you need to be able to clearly communicate those issues as quickly and as efficiently and get them solved as efficiently as possible so that the problem doesn't grow any bigger, right? C number three, consistently. And this last one is mostly on your outsourcer. They need to be available to do the work that you expect of them on a consistent basis. If for any reason, especially in like the first month or so of working together, they don't show up, they don't do the work on a particular day, or fulfill the number of hours that you wanted them to work, or there's some type of quote unquote emergency, then in my opinion, that's a red flag, okay? And you should just cut your losses then and there, because you don't want to invest your time and energy in training and working with this outsourcer who's going to be flaky, right? If they're not going to show up early, then they're not going to show up later, and it could really throw a wrench in your business, because we need the leads coming in every single day, or it's really not going to work in this automated fashion. So if you see any of this red flag, if they're not showing up to do the work on a consistent basis, to cut your losses, go back through the process, find another superstar. Because again, once you find the right person, it's going to be well worth it. Now, once you do feel like you have this superstar, right, this person who can provide all the support and do all the steps for you, just because you have that person, you're still going to have to do some of those small tasks to kind of, wrap up the order, make sure it's nice, maybe call the client once you deliver the site, maybe find another outsourcer to actually upload the website if you don't want upload the landing pages, if you don't want to have to do that. So you still might have to, do a little bit of the project management stuff to make sure that everything gets done and, all fits together nicely. But getting this outsourcer, getting this superstar is going to make it as easy as possible for you. And I highly, highly recommend that you get one within the first 2 to 4 weeks of actually doing this yourself. And that's about it. Once you have everything in place, you're ready to get all this working for you and to go out and find your outsourcers, especially that superstar that can handle all the work for you and make this entire process completely automated. Remember the 3 C's of a good working relationship. That's clarity, communication, and consistency. Make sure you have all 3 of those things when you're finding your outsourcers, because without all 3, it's really not going to be a good working relationship. Now, I don't recommend that you do this right away. You should do everything for yourself for a while. In terms of the support superstar, obviously you can go out and find the landing page designer right away. But in terms of that support superstar, make sure that you start doing the things yourself for a couple weeks before you bring one of them on. And that's about it. If you have any questions, you can reach me at my support email at mktgwithcameron@gmail.com. And thanks for watching.